Since this video is going to inevitably get 570 billion views, I've decided to impart some wisdom upon you guys. Where there is dark, there will always be light. Where there is hate, there will always be love. And I am not a hater, I am a lover. In fact, I am the least critical, least judgmental person you've ever met in your entire life. Just ask the Kyoto school. And since we talked about the Kyoto school last week, and you guys seem to like that, you guys have been asking to talk about the Tokyo school and how much better it is than the Kyoto school. And you know what? I thought this would be a great idea to do. Because not only will I get to love, I will get to continue to hate by proxy, by comparing Tokyo to Kyoto the entire time. So today's presentation is titled How to Run a School. Remember, I went to Stanford. I'm the smartest human being ever to live. Recruit talented people. Manga spoilers are ahead. Now, Tokyo Jujutsu High. It is a top 1 Jujutsu school. In fact, it actually has a campus. I am convinced that Kyoto Jujutsu High is a fucking front. It's money laundering. These motherfuckers at least have a pool and a track. They have money. Apparently though, not that much money, because they don't have enough funding to hire a janitor. Riko was killed 12 years ago. When Yuji and crew are down there are still fucking bloodstains down there. Although perhaps this is a common thing at elite institutions, because there's literally still a bloodstain at Stanford on a basketball court where I split my head open. Anyway, the students are actually morons, or the teachers fucking suck academically. In this diagram, where the category is classroom learning, all the red students are those of Tokyo High. They fucking suck. Apparently they're idiots. But as you'll come to find, this doesn't fucking matter, because they're so goated in other ways. Now, 3 out of 4 special grades in the entire series that we know of are from here. Kyoto. All you have to your name is Sacred Land of Jujutsu. And that's a fucking lie. So, I urge you guys to lobby for Tokyo being the new Sacred Land of Jujutsu. Now, let's examine the students and staff. We'll take a look at exactly what makes Tokyo so great. We're going to look at the students and the staff, starting from the highest tier, obviously GOAT tier, God, Legend, Gojo. He is an insane recruiter, and that's because of the sex eyes, just like I have. Like Colored As, I mean, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker, instead of going by nepotism and big 3 clans that Kyoto does, handpicks possibly the most cracked students in the history of cracked students. So yeah, it makes sense, especially when the arguably strongest sorcerer of all time is a literal teacher at this institution and then selects fucking eggs to hatch into beautiful chickens and geese, or whatever the fuck birds hatch into, eggs hatch into. I should stop talking. Additionally, he is super fucking sexy, just like myself. And this actually matters a lot if you're a teacher, because that means that the students pay attention in class. Don't ask me how I know that. Now, he also literally has the strongest ability in the verse. This kind of makes him a suspect teacher, but at the end of the day, he is actually a great teacher because his students succeed at doing fucking actual things. And I know it's contradictory to say this right after we said that they actually succeed, but from the first slide, what the fuck were you thinking? What are you teaching these dudes? Especially Hikari and Yuji. What the fuck does a 2 out of 10 IQ classroom score mean? And to add on to Gojo's own stupidity, apparently he doesn't know what a fucking binding vow is, because we've never seen him use one in the entire series. However, he is also definitely not dead and will be coming back. So Gojo, GOAT, Legend, God tier. Good job, Tokyo. Moving forward, we got the People's Champ, God tier as well. It's basically a 1A, 1B situation. We got Yuji. He is the strongest nephew of all time, which is a feat in and of itself. When someone calls you a nephew, all you want to do is punch them in the fucking throat. However, he does have the IQ of a nephew. I'm gonna keep bashing this home. The Tokyo students are motherfucking stupid. But you can't talk too bad about Yuji, perhaps my favorite character in the show. He powers up in every arc and he never stops coming. He will ultimately, hopefully, in fact, be the one to cockslap Sukuna across his double-faced face. And while it's not exactly in the same way as it is for Gojo, everyone puts their faith in him. And yes, I've still not mourned the loss of Choso, even though I think it was a great death, but everyone believes in Yuji to succeed. He's a fucking GOAT. In fact, he is alive and kicking, and he will not die. Gege, isn't that right? He gets so strong. Do not be surprised that Yuji will be the strongest character by the end of the series. At the end of the day, it is a shonen. Coming up next, we've got the legendary status, the king of kings, Megumi. Just kidding. Next up, we've got second only to Gojo in terms of glazing, Yuta Okotsu. He is known as the strongest bush camper in Fortnite history. Notice we're already 3 characters into Tokyo and we're still not bashing them. You wish, Kyoto. Now, he's a Mr. Never Takes an L. This dude literally never fucking loses, unless it's against Gege's love child, favorite child, fucking everything. Unfortunately, he's probably split in half, but you know, we don't talk about that because it's Sukuna and he gets all the passes, for some reason. Say what you will about Yuta, but you cannot deny the fact that he is an enormous Gary Stu. He was a student for 1 year, he retained his special grade status, he has RCT, he can heal others, fuck it dude. He can shave his fucking ball sack without getting any nicks on his little thingies. So whatever you think about these types of students, you cannot deny the fact that he's incredibly powerful and he is super successful as a sorcerer. Good job, Kyoto. However, in my opinion, he's arguably not insane enough to be a strong sorcerer because he is a Gary Stu. There's basically nothing wrong with this dude, except for the fact that he's potentially still in love with a minor. Shout out Drake. Now, he uses cleave on Sukuna for some reason. Why? This fucking did nothing. It gave him like 4 paper cuts. Yuta, yeah, cool moment, but come on, dog. And due to his Gary Stu status, yeah, he might be dead. I mean, he's kind of cut in half, but likely not. Now, Toji Reborn is next up. Useful as shit, strong as shit. Maki. She is Toji level heavenly restriction. Just by virtue of that, she is in 4th place. The aura of this panel, no matter how long it's been, still goes incredibly hard. Unfortunately, she did have a sister named Mai. This is a huge L. If I was her and I was introducing myself to anyone, I would definitely never mention this. They'd be like, oh, you mean that fucking bum who has 1 bullet? Now, her personality, in my opinion, actually just became her being a Toji clone, which is also an L character-wise. She's kind of just a stoic, silent killer type now. I actually liked her more when she was Glasses Maki. And while I do agree that she should be up here, and she's done incredible things in these series, people love her so much so that if I don't put her up here, I'm going to end up like Riko. And she could be dead, but probably not. Because Toji. You know the vibes. Next up, we've got our second staff member, a high-tier sorcerer, an overachieving legend, Kusakabe. He stands on business. He's one of the few people that can be said to have 1v1 Sukuna, and potentially survived. Like my boy Ino, who I've grown to love, he had the support of the entire JJK community, and he underdelivered, but it's okay. He takes a point-blank Uzumaki from Kenjaku. Pretty cool. And last but not least, he's fitted up and presumably not dead. We have a video on each of these 5 characters on the channel. Check them out if you haven't. But Kusakabe, as a stand-on businesser, as a Tokyo staff member, good job. You are a great sorcerer. You are the strongest grade 1. Notice every single person we've talked about is useful so far, including this person. Unlimited potential, super useful, Shoko. She is about to explode in this fucking tier list, way higher than this spot, after healing everyone, including Satoru Gojo myself. Because like Mr. Gary Stu, Mr. Never Taken L, she's one of the only characters who can heal others, and she's cool too, because she is a smoker. Remember all those ads from the 50s? We were all alive back then. She saves Ichiji and Ino in Shibuya, both dope characters that don't really do a lot, but people have faith in them. Also super cool of her, she's a heavy drinker, extremely based. She can go to those AA meetings, auto attack meetings, whatever the fuck those are called. She cheated to get her doctor's license. This character gets cooler and cooler by the second. She's super, however, useful as a character, and I wish we had more of her. I actually think that she'll make a huge contribution to the end of the Sukuna raid. Perhaps only Gojo will stay dead, hopefully not, but I think she can bring back a lot of people. And I'd just like to say, this slide is sponsored by Eastern Europe. Smoking and drinking is bad. Please make sure to never do them. Next up, we've got someone that we've already talked about, trustworthy, hard worker, doesn't mess up ever, Ichiji. Gojo trusts him more than anyone. That's based from Gojo's perspective and Ichiji's perspective. Because again, Gojo has the fucking 6 eyes, man. He can see potential, he knows who to trust, he knows who to put his faith in, and Ichiji, even though you're kind of a mid-ass sorcerer, you still contribute so fucking much. More than Momo, that's for sure. And dude, you're a trooper. You go everywhere. You do everything. I mean, you capture those fly heads, you talk to high schoolers, you drive them around. I mean, you have immaculate driving ability like someone that does not later in this tier list. Unfortunately, though, you do have a little bit of an L. You're 27, but you look like you're 35 at least. Probably not ideal. Although you could masquerade as a Japanese Leonardo DiCaprio and go for people who are under 25 years of age, women specifically. Now, you also survive a random backstab. That's pretty cool. Shoko's to thank, but, you know. And of course, we must mention, if he could do anything in this raid against Sukuna, I have no doubt that he would. Oh, wait, he already fucking did, because Gojo trusted him. Next up, we've got someone that you're probably not even thinking of. No screen time, still useful, does shit, Kirara. Doesn't do a whole lot in the series, but is putting work in, especially with the Grun one, because on the battlefield they are teleporting with this Omega fucking hacks ability that Sukuna cannot actually even touch. Now, Kirara's also a femboy. I have nothing more to say. Anyway, they're also better than Hikari. I don't care what other people fucking say. Kirara got duped by Hikari for some reason to listen to them. I know, the fever, blah, 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 blah. Nah, man. Make your own fighting school. Your power is stupid fucking dummy hacks busted. If you do not know the exact star location orientation bullshit that Megumi somehow knew, unbeatable. Honestly, if I was fighting this, I would just give up. I'd be like, nah, fuck this, dude. This Jujutsu sorcerer shit is too high brain for me. I'm gonna go make bad YouTube videos online. As opposed to make them offline and watch them on my phone by myself. Now, strong, but shoddy in a specific way, Yaga. He's a principal, he's a teacher who Gojo always respected and commanded respect from any other student, including Geto, including Shoko, etc., etc. Now remember, he also has the potency to be a special grade. At least his technique does. He doesn't because he's a good guy. Tokyo is fucking cracked. Next up, he did make Panda. This is for you to decide whether it's a potential L or a potential W. In my opinion, low-key a potential L, but we're not gonna get into it. Now, you let this fucking loser bum kill you. Oh my lord, I don't even want to look at this slide anymore, but I can't look at you in the same way. This is unforgivable. Yaga, this is why I can't put you higher. Gakuganji is so fucking ugly and I hate him so much. He had potential. I wish you didn't have to be here, Megumi. I'm still just kidding. Now, the comic relief characters. Number 1, doesn't do much. Panda. Pretty weak. He loses to the spokesperson of fucking Eggo Waffles. We already have a video about him, so we're not going to talk too much about him because there's not even that much to talk about. Unfortunately, I didn't add on this slide that he did beat Mekamaru, so that's a plus for Panda. He doesn't even showcase his fucking third heart, though. Another character that wasn't fully developed. The sister got so cheated. Of a lot of the main characters in Tokyo, he's absolutely completely fucking useless in the Sukuna raid. He is making no commentary. He is just kind of there as a stuffed plush animal. He's kind of comic relief and he's kind of cute, I guess. Moving forward, another comic relief character that doesn't do much. Part 2, Inumaki. I actually like him more than Panda, but there is simply no reason for Inumaki to be above him. Primarily, in my opinion, because everything fucking Inumaki can do, Yukita can just do better. I would hate to be Inumaki. He has it even worse than Toto. To be honest though, Toto is base, because he loses an arm in Shibuya and basically never comes back, but what I will say is that he's better comic relief in my opinion, and he's cuter than Panda. Not much more to say. What I will say though, one way that he could be put over the edge for Panda, in my opinion at least, is that he comes back at the end and he tells Sukuna, fucking kill yourself. And then boom, Sukuna explodes, that's the end of the fucking series. Now, lost but not forgotten. For some fucking reason. Nobara. Sigh. Where to begin? You had potential as a shonen girl. You were pretty novel. I liked you. You were interesting. Unfortunately, nothing happened, and you were ranked low tier in literally every fucking category as a sorcerer. Even so, even though you were ranked so poorly, you are still more successful as a sorcerer than Momo, and less hateable than Gakuganji. Unfortunately, you decided to follow a one-shotting cursed spirit into a fucking subway into melee range. Boy. It's okay though, it was worth it, because you got a whole 5 fucking minutes of backstory prior to your gruesome death. And memes. Now, your crowning achievement, however, was hitting a single Black Flash, which is pretty nice because most characters haven't even done that. Megumi. And to all my Nobara Copers out there, she ain't coming back. Next up, we've got Not Lost, But Forgotten, Girl Edition. The other Nita. She's a bum. She loses to Haruta. She almost dies. Thank you, Nobara, again. Should have put that on the last slide. You're a bum. I don't really want to call her a bum because she's not even a legitimate sorcerer, but you basically don't fucking do anything. Your younger brother is a better sorcerer than you, at least he has a fucking curse technique. And you're a worse driver than ETG. Remember when you went to visit the main trio and they were fucking gone? You were supposed to be supervising them? But I have a way for you to not be a bum, especially after Binding Vow Kaisen. Be useful. Use a Binding Vow to sacrifice yourself so that someone gains the ability to one-shot Sukuna, perhaps Inumaki. Give him some 10 times 400 billion% curse speech, kill yourself ability. And we've got 2 characters left. The last 2 are not actual bums and they're not actually weak, but man, moron tier has actually done fucking nothing. Hikari. You are an actual moron, idiot, stupid, dumbass fuck. Again, I am at a loss for words to understand what 2 out of 10 on a classroom scale means. Unfortunately, you're a scholar on the level of Zoro. You're learning from a literal racist. At least you're not homophobic, because you love femboys. My Hikari stocks have fallen so fucking much since he's done nothing. Remember, his curse technique may as well be its own novella, because it's like 600 pages long of useless information. You beat up an old, decrepit, defenseless farmer. I can never forgive you. If it was Gakuganji, I would. You are a femboy enthusiast, thus perhaps you cannot defeat Urome. What have you been doing? How is she not even defeated you? Why are you just not a literal icicle right now? So I ask you, my brother, go do something. You're actually a very, very strong sorcerer. Remember, you can be special grade when you're on a roll. Tokyo's cracked. Even the bottom 2 people are strong. And last but not least, Megumi. Megumi, I don't even want to give you a title. You would be way, way higher if we were talking early JJK. I like you a lot. I still think you're a really cool guy. I think you're an incredibly strong sorcerer and you would have been really fucking high up, perhaps just right after Maki or Yuji, had you stayed the way you were. Unfortunately, everyone's mad at you and there's an agenda to push. So my buddy, lock the fuck in. So many people have died for your sins, including Choso, including Gojo. Let me tell you right now, I'm gonna put it straight. You not wanting to do shit is getting fucking old and tired. I'm talking to you as though you're my friend, because you are, Megumi. You are my friend. You guys are the real heroes. Because memes aside, my boy, you have so much fucking potential to go do something. That's all I have to say. So what a waste. Your art could have been so fucking cool. So, in conclusion, what can we say about Tokyo Jujutsu High? It is absolutely fucking cracked, with some exceptions. And I'm not even going to say that Hikari and Megumi, though they are the bottom 2 tiers in this list, that they are the exceptions. They're actually quite strong. They just need to fucking do something. Specifically, Megumi needs to lock in. Hikari needs to not take inspiration from a racist. Both are strong as shit. As I mentioned at the beginning, me, myself, and I, Gojo, is the highest level of god tier recruiting. I have never seen this in any fucking thing ever, real life or media. You know exactly who to pick. These guys are so good. If you guys had enough money to hire a janitor, perhaps you could even steal some talent from the top tier tech companies. This school might end up having 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 6 special grades, depending on how the series ends. That is a ridiculous number. I'm at a loss for words. In fact, all I can say is, Kyoto, take fucking notes. This is the comparison video. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm wearing pink for you because I love you. Leave in the comments down below what you think about Tokyo versus Kyoto, what you think about each character in Tokyo, and would you change the list in any way? Leave in the comments down below any other suggestions for future videos, any games you'd like to see me play, any characters you'd like me to cover, and any series you'd like me to cover as well. Remember, if you subscribe, I'm going to personally send you a good morning text from now until the day I die. You are looking incredibly sexy. I love you so much. I'm going to binding vow something. Outros are hard. Goodbye.